Pixar Animation Studios, the company that brought you such classics as Toy Story, Up, WALL-E, Inside Out, Cars 3, Lightyear. Hi and welcome back to DanWhiteFilms, and today I'm going to be asking the question, what the hell is happening with Pixar? Pixar stands in a very unique bracket within the film industry. This is an animation company that makes children's films that adults adore as much as the kids, maybe more so. Well, at least I do. When I saw Inside Out many moons ago, I'd have been lying if I told you that it didn't resonate with me emotionally, because it did. I still hold it as one of my favourite animation films to date. And then there's Up, another masterpiece that plays like a children's film but has the emotional kick of a shotgun right to the chest. I still remember that one well. Perhaps you thought Pixar was never on the wagon to begin with. I'll admit I'm not a fan of every renowned film they've ever done. I think Finding Nemo is incredibly, dare I say it, overrated, but you can't deny it. Pixar has had some remarkably big hitters, and 10 years ago, you'd have been hard-pressed to find a single film that wasn't lavished with praise. So why does this video appear? Well, this video comes about after my viewing of a very lackluster Lightyear. Have you seen it? I watched that on Disney+, and I made sure not to bother myself with any other people's opinions before I delved in. I'm a massive fan of Toy Story. It made up a huge chunk of my youth, and despite being opposed to Toy Story 4, I was surprised. It was good. That film not only looked amazing, it played just the same. And again, that emotional kick was just lying there and waiting. So I went into Lightyear and I was pretty hyped. This is a Pixar film that looked to be turning in a new direction for Toy Story, one of their biggest franchises. And oh boy, was I left disappointed. It's not that it's an awful film. It's quite bad. Although it is certainly the worst I'm to talk about, it just lacks that magical spark that makes Pixar films so very Pixar. Buzz plays like a patriotic dork who can't see the bigger picture. So then I got thinking, this isn't the first time I've felt let down by a recent Pixar production. Perhaps you feel the same, despite a relatively poor received Cars 2. Pixar went ahead and made a third, and again their reputation took a hit. That film is near the bottom of everyone's list. If I see another car with eyes on, I'll be booking myself into the local asylum. Not because the car has eyes, but because I'm watching another Cars film, and that's enough to make a man crazy. You may also have noticed recently that Pixar seem to be pushing out sequels at the same pace of a prize-laying hen. Pop, pop, pop. It draws the hype, no doubt, but the result, setting Toy Story aside, the actual Toy Story, is often one of meh. Films like Finding Dory, they certainly had pinches of the great Pixar formula, but it quickly vanished, much like my dreams and ambitions after a weekend of drinking. Can't believe that made the script. I watched that film with little excitement, finished it with less. Monsters University I found similar. It wasn't a bad film, it just felt unnecessary, and the end result was nothing but, well, okay. But that was way back in 2013. It's been nearly 9 years, and the feeling I felt after watching that film Monsters University is often too apparent in watching new Pixar productions, and that kind of saddens me because I bloody love Pixar. WALL-E was one of my all-time favourite films at one point. I tell you, there was a time where I'd see the Pixar logo stamped to the side of an animation, and I probably felt akin to those strange people who queue up for new Apple devices. I definitely didn't do that when I was 17. I haven't seen The Incredibles 2. It was another film that drew the hype, as I knew it would. I haven't seen it because it's the immense surprise of a Pixar film that excites me. Toy Story, of course, that's the exception. I had that when I was younger. I asked the question, how many sequels do we need? Pixar are at their best when they introduce something entirely new, not when they cash out and decide to push out yet another sequel. I mean, what's next? A Bug's Life 2? WALL-E 2, where baby Wallies are trucking about the joint while Eve struggles to hold down a full-time mortgage? I wouldn't be surprised. What are your thoughts on this situation? If Pixar once left a sparkle in your eye, do they do the same now? It feels like change is sweeping across the popular side of cinema, where once there were mighty titans, instead we're left with aging giants, and every aspect of that word aging is shining through. Marvel, Pixar, the fatigue of time is setting in, and maybe, as some say, maybe that's just the way it goes. My friends, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.